Hi, I'm Ailbhe Gerrard. I'm farming on Brookfield farm here in Tipperary on the shores of Lough Derg. It's a diverse mixed farm that's really reliant on trees as a very important part of the farming system. So you might see here I have some friendly sheep, quite greedy, and they're grazing in this ancient apple orchard. So it gives them great shelter, it gives them extra food, and they really enjoy it. They also clean up the apples at the end. Overall, it's a 75-acre farm, and it's a mixture of trees. It's 75 acres, about 25 acres is trees, broadleaf trees, both a native woodland, which is up behind us, and also a broadleaf plantation, which is about 15 acres. And then there's other bits and pieces of forestry. So I look after the forestry, and also there's 2 fruit orchards, and there's also a truffle orchard, which is a pilot project. We're going to see if it actually works in a year or so. So trees, and particularly broadleaf trees, are a really important part of my crop production. They're a really important part of soil fertility on the farm. They're really important for me for giving animals shelter, extra browsing, and I just love having them around. The native woodland behind us is managed with a view to biodiversity for animals rather than timber quality. And that is working out pretty well. We've got buzzards nesting, we've got a huge number of badgers, foxes, pine martens, kestrels, the whole lot who find their home there. The broadleaf plantation on the main farm I manage for 2 main ideas. One is timber quality, so there's some really good quality oak and beech coming through. I'm particularly interested in the oak, and in about another 85 years we're going to have some really excellent timber. It might be not for my time, but there's the next generation that are going to really benefit. The other thing, it's continuous cover, so we're never going to clear fell, which is what you do with broadleaf forestry. It's a little bit more complicated, but it means that you always have that habitat there for animals, for everything that relies on the forest. It also gives you huge opportunities for picking excellent trees for sowing and felling at the right time without having to take everything out. Part of my farming system is to welcome people to the farm to see food production. I find that it's really important that people stand there on a farm and they can actually see fruit orchards, they can actually see the process of the animals grazing, they can see crops growing, and then they really get what it means to have natural soil fertility. They really understand the benefit that trees bring to a farm. Also, we do walks through the broadleaf forestry, so it's really good from a sort of social farming point of view. Woods are really good for your mental health, and I find that with people, that if you walk them through woods, they become calmer and happier, and I always advise hugging a tree. Agroforestry should be considered part of a farming system, so it should be considered agricultural land, I would say, and not forestry land, because I completely understand hesitation to turn land over to forestry when you might want it for dual purpose. And agroforestry really is dual purpose, isn't it? It's having the benefit of trees, but also having the benefit of having arable land to use and for livestock grazing. You have a real opportunity, because forestry, I found in my farming system, has been nothing but good. It works really well for livestock, it works really well for wind shelter, for sun shelter. Trees help with drought conditions, and I would say consider it really carefully, particularly for agroforestry. I think there's great potential there, and good payments, and go for it, see what happens.